This week is very big for us. It's big because CNBC TV18 turns 19. But incidentally, that's not the only cause, and we are not the only guys celebrating. Biocon has also turned 40. So today we are going to get to Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, the chairman and managing director of Biocon. She joins us now to celebrate both our birthdays, actually. Kiran, congratulations and thank you for joining us. Biocon turns 40. How do you believe the market for Biocon products has evolved over these 4 decades? How is Biocon positioned today?
Well, it's been a very exciting, challenging and a very evolutionary 40 years for Biocon and for me personally. If you recall, Biocon started as India's first biotech company in 1978 as an enzymes company that was trying to develop new technologies based on enzymes to replace polluting chemical technologies with green enzyme technologies. And for the first 20 years, we actually were very successful in doing that. And the last 20 years have actually been a very, very interesting reinvention of our biotech strategy, which then moved on from enzyme technologies to biopharmaceutical development. And here we were basically addressing a huge need in India for biologics, which were both very expensive and there was very little access to biologics in India when I started off. And over the last 20 years, we have actually developed some really cutting-edge technologies. We have taken a lead in biosimilars. And of course, we've also played a very crucial role in developing insulin and insulin analogs for diabetics in India, which, as you know, was a crying need, given that India was at the epicenter of diabetes and we were importing all our insulin at that stage. So today, I think we've come a long way. I think we've had a very exciting and successful journey in both enzymes and biopharmaceuticals. And the next 20 years are really going to be even more exciting because it's about delivering not just biosimilars, but also novel cutting-edge biologics to global markets. So that's the way I see my journey thus far and ahead.
Okay, we hope your journey is very successful as it has been for the last 40 years. Congratulations once again, Kiran. This is Sonia here. We have seen some pricing pressure in the biosimilar segment as players claw for market share. What kind of discounting are you seeing in a couple of products, maybe in the European Union, in the US? Can you just elaborate on that?
Well, you have to look at each biosimilar in a different context. If you look at the largest biosimilar that is being addressed by multiple companies, it is basically the adalimumab molecule, which is being pursued by a large number of companies, and therefore you have a large number of players. And because the clinical development program was relatively inexpensive compared to other biologic molecules and biosimilars, you have many more players than in some of the other molecules that we are addressing. If you look at trastuzumab and pegfilgrastim, there are still very few players in the US and European markets. And we believe that even in the foreseeable future, you will not have a huge number of competitors like you're likely to see in some of the other molecules. Having said that, I think the kind of price discounting that people are talking about is the fact that early, the first molecules had a very small discount, but later on companies started giving bigger discounts in order to get into the market and take market share. I think as a company and our partners, that is Mylan, have clearly addressed the biosimilars opportunity in a very aggressive way. You can see from the kind of discounting that Mylan has entered the pegfilgrastim market in the US, that our strategy was clearly differentiated from other companies. We are very confident that we will be very strong in the way we approach the market, the way we garner market share, and it will be a very profitable business for both Mylan and Biocon. That's the way we see it. I think we do have a very good competitive edge, and that's the way we will play this market.
Okay, well, let me get to some news issues as well, newsy issues. You were looking to launch CMD in the European Union by 2018, and also Ogivri launch is lined up. Are you on track? What are the updated timelines?
Well, we've actually entered the UK market with CMD as the first EU market that we are looking at, and then of course we've also entered a few other EU markets, and we expect to basically very rapidly expand our footprint in the EU with CMD. That's the plan. So we've already started making inroads to some of the early EU opportunities, and as we progress, we will expand our footprint. As far as Ogivri is concerned, yes, we are expecting an early approval for the EU as well, and we will be prepared to get into that market as soon as we get approval.
So biological sales doubled in the quarter gone by. Do you think that growth trend is expected to continue through the course of this fiscal?
I think, you should have confidence in knowing that we will sustain that growth rate, because this is something which we've really invested in big time. So what you are seeing today is the start of a good sustainable business model. And we are very confident that we will be able to sustain growth based on biologics and biosimilars.
Okay, just one more news question. Can you give us your outlook for small molecule sales?
I am very confident that our small molecules business will continue to grow robustly. In fact, today more than ever, there is a huge demand for high quality APIs and high quality ANDAs. As you can see, many companies, especially in China, have got slapped with a warning letter, and many Chinese companies have had to re-look at their quality systems. So it actually gives a huge opportunity to companies like ours and many companies in India to really basically take advantage of the increasing trends of sourcing such products from quality companies. And we are finding that this has actually stabilized a large number of API pricing, as well as I think ANDAs are also finding that there is reduced competition in many segments, and therefore we are very confident that our small molecules business will also deliver strong growth this fiscal and beyond.
Okay, Kiran, here's wishing you 40 more glorious years at least at the helm of Biocon. And any word for us? We are also turning 19 in a couple of days.
This is a great, milestone for CNBC again, because I think getting to a 19-year journey of, sharing great business news with the country and with business viewers and the business community is a great service that you're doing for the nation. And I believe that CNBC is a very respected and much viewed business channel. I wish you many years of continued good business service to the business community. And I look forward to listening to your very insightful discussions and debates that we have on your channel. And from my point of view, I think it's been great to have CNBC all these years. 19 is certainly a great milestone, and I wish you many more years of business success.
Oh, the feeling is so very mutual, Kiran. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to have you partner with us for so many years as well. And we hope that partnership continues for many more years to come. But we feel so young compared to you. I mean, you guys are 40 years old and we're 19. Many more years to go for us.